Hello friends, today I'll be showing you how to use a SQL injection attack to gather sensitive data from the backend of a website. Let's go. So what does it look like? So if I go to my account on this website here, it's just a generic e-commerce website. There's a username and password field. I do not know either of these pieces of data, but I want to log into a administrator account so I can cause the most amount of havoc. So how do I do that? Let's go home and look at what we've got to work with. There are products here with different titles and descriptions and the different categories. So let's go for gifts here, just test it out. So these are all the different gift items. And if you look at the link here and add an apostrophe at the very end, this is a quick little test to see if the website is vulnerable to SQL injection. So if we send that through, it should give us an error. Okay, that's perfect. So why is that happening? Because what we've got here is basically this bit of code. Select title and description from products where category equals gifts. And if we add another apostrophe, it crashes the system because there's an extra bit of text here which is not meant to be there. So there's not meant to be two apostrophes at the very end because it clashes with the syntax. So now that we know that, what we can do is add a comment line right here. So double dash means that this whole bit of text gets ignored. And that's really important to us because now we can, whatever else is here, maybe I don't know, some other filters, we can just ignore all of that. So with that general concept in mind, let's go ahead and hop into Burp Suite Community Edition. And this is important because what we can do here is turn on the intercept mode, and that basically prevents any data packets from going from my computer to the server or the server to my computer, and allows me to select which ones get which pass through basically. So if we go here, click on gifts, we'll see that we've got a get request here, and this is the information and all the metadata. So send to repeater, and what the repeater allows us to do is basically fabricate this whole request and make edits to it and send different variations of the same thing. So this is a 100% legitimate way of using it, but what we can do is we can adulterate it by using some different pieces of code where we can inject it into it. So turn off intercept mode and go back to repeater, and from here we can change things around. So if we send this default request that we got naturally by using clicking on the website, it gives us a response when we send this request through, and the response says HTTP code 200. So that means it's accepted our request and everything looks normal. So let's go ahead and add an apostrophe here as we did in the link up here. It's the same thing basically. Changing it here and changing it here is the same thing. And what we want to do is add a order by one dash dash. And what does that do exactly? And Control U to URL encode it, which just removes all the spaces which cannot be there. If there's spaces in the link, then it has some weird interactions. So see if I added a space here, it changed it from a link that I can access to a Google search, which is not what I want. So we gotta get rid of all the white spaces. So if we send this through, what do we get? HTTP code 200, which is good. So why are we doing this? So if I go to order by 2, it's also good. Order by 3, error code 500, so it doesn't recognize it. And why does it not recognize it? Because order by is just a little command to sort through the different columns. So in this case, let's say that we've got two columns. One column is for the title and one column is for the description. If we sort ordered by one, that'll alphabetically sort the results by the first by the titles in alphabetical order. In fact, to order by 2, it'll sort them by the alphabetical order of the description. But if I do order by 3 and it doesn't exist, then it'll crash. So now we know that the amount of data that's being returned to me when I run this this request is 2 pieces of data. I don't know what they are exactly, but I just know that there's 2 pieces of data. And now that we know that, we can go here to this cheat sheet, and these are all commands that are already built into SQL. And depending on the type of SQL that you're using, it might differ, but here we've got Oracle, Microsoft, Postgres, and MySQL. We know for a fact that we're using Oracle, but if you don't know, you can just brute force it by using every single type of them. There's only 4, so it shouldn't take too long. So if we go here and run a union, and then paste that in, select all from all tables, which is not what we want. We want table name, comma, null. So what does union do? Union just combines 2 tables into one table, and that's good because we want to combine the 2 tables and sort of sort through the data. If we don't combine them, then we don't get all the information. And why do we have table name comma null? Is because we want to match the format of the request itself. So we know in this request that we're getting two items, so we get table name here, and null is just like a filler column, so it's just filled with empty values, just for compatibility purposes. So Control U and send it through. And okay, we've got a code of 200. So let's copy this bit of code here, and at the very end we can add it in. And what happens if when we run it? Would you look at that? We've got a bunch of different new titles, right? But what are these? These are all actually the table names with for all the tables inside the database. So you're not meant to have access to this information, but now you do. So if you look around for some sort of user table, so Control F to select to look through the website for matches. So users, we've got app, users, and roles. That might be important, but I don't think that's what we're looking for here. There we go, users and IZNXLX. I think that's what we're looking for. And now what we can do is, there we go. So gifts, a union select column name, comma null from all table columns where table name is equal to our users whatever table. So if we run that, hopefully it should work. Yeah, we've got a response of 200, so it's all working as intended. So let's go ahead and rip that bit of data and paste it into here. You don't have to do this. This is just so I can show you visually what it looks like. And if we're having a look, oh, there we go. So different sorts of what is it? Column names is here. So it's email, password, underscore Jao evil, and username, whatever this is. So let's go ahead and grab these pieces of data, right, and paste it here. So what we want is not the column name. What we want is the username and password from yep. So instead of going for the all table columns, which we don't need anymore because we already know which table we're looking at. We're looking at this one, users. We can select users underscore, sorry, usernames underscore whatever, password underscore whatever from users, and hopefully that should work. So after the union, we can go select, and then your rolling code, and hopefully it should work. Oh, because I've got the extra apostrophe, my bad. There we go. So now we can grab that, paste it into here, and oh, okay, so we've got a bunch of different users, and what would you look at that? Administrator and the password. Just gotta double do it now. I might have rushed it a bit. My apologies. Administrator, password. There we go. We are now logged in as the administrator. Perfect. Thank you for watching this video, and stick around if you want some other cool videos. Nice. Thank you.